me a second to get our stuff. Beep, there we are. Anyway, so today, we're just working on more Starbound. As far as what I'm gonna be up to, I'm not sure. I think I might actually, now that I know I have all of the, how do you phrase it? All the fossils, I might actually, because I kind of want a little bit of a break from the bounty quests. So I kind of want to finish the... Would you call it a museum? I'm not sure what you want to call it. But yeah, I think... At least temporarily, right? Like, we can finish that, you know? But yeah, I think, yeah, I think we need to, or not need to. I want to finish it. Because I know that I was temporarily holding off because I wasn't sure what, if there were any more of the, not the small fossils. I kind of figured I had enough space for the small fossils. But, I didn't know if there was enough space for the large-scale fossils, you feel me? But now that I know that there's only 3, we're fine. Anyway, it is all fine and dandy. But yeah, that's gonna be the goal for today, alright? Okay. Also, I forget if this happened since last time I streamed, but congratulations Team Stardust for winning. Honestly, I kind of knew it was gonna happen, but here's my advice for anyone. As somebody who literally doesn't give a rat's ass about losing at anything except maybe trivia, and it depends on the trivia, specifically Fibbage of all things, because I like trivia where the whole goal is to try and trick someone else. But, regardless of that, as somebody who's, like, completely non-competitive and just, like, literally, I'm just like, I'm here to have a good time. I don't care. For art fights specifically, I always go in auto-presuming my team is going to lose. And that I'm just here to enjoy, because, like, realistically, the goal of art fight is to make connections with new artists, right? And to do nice things for other artists. It's not, you know, oh, obviously, like, it's a quote-unquote competition, but, like, have fun, y'all. That's the most important part. I completely forgot when we were dressed different. Anyway, let's get on over to Colony. But yeah, like, my biggest advice is go in presuming you will lose. Alright, let's see. What am I gonna need? So I need slopestone, normal glass, and, well, the brain cell, because I just dead-ass forgot what the fuck this is called. I know what it is. I've got it over here somewhere. I just need to, well, do a thing. Okay, anyway. So these guys are gonna need to have their little house worked on, but we'll start with the lower layers, because they're gonna be easier, in my opinion. Okay, let's see, where... Oh, right, I have a building chest, don't I? There it is. I don't have a lot of slopestone left, I'll need to make more. Well, actually, will I? No, I won't. I mean, maybe for the upper layer. But no, I won't. Because... And I don't even know if I'm going to need that. I will need that, actually. No, actually, I won't. I need the treated wood. That's all I need. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Anyway. Let's see. This one's going to be the most obnoxious. Because the other thing that's going to be really big pain in the ass is we're not going to be able to, use the larger anything really. Also, I don't know much about this show. All I know is like what the internet has been showing me. But to my understanding, Murder Drones had its finale, I think. Let's do this. Um, and uh, the internet has been very bound and determined to show me this one character. I don't know if Sign or Sin is how it's pronounced, but it's Cyn. And all I know is the character is just like reminding me of like a lot of, yes, happy Monday. Like earlier stuff, and like I don't know if I would be a big fan of the show because some of the other stuff I've seen, I'm like, maybe not. But I do know that I like that one. Because, like, there's something very. And this is something to be said about the team with their animation, with their vocal direction, with everything. Extremely successful in being unsettling, which I believe is the. God damn it! I just accidentally cleared out my thing. Hang on, I need to fix it. Um, as far as, hang on, I need to. The way that they were able to get her to be really unsettling, in my opinion. Uh, it, do they use she, her? I'm sorry, I don't know. But something about the vocal direction and audio editing is extremely successful in delivering a deeply unsettling character. Um, and I think they did a really good job. Okay, anyway. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. Uh, but yeah. And I think it's the last episode, to my knowledge. But again, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it, because I'm not... Again, everything else I've seen, I'm not sure if it's necessarily for me. But I will say it does look like a lot of fun. Okay, now then, for this. What I think I'm gonna do, other than try not to sneeze, I think I'm gonna go up. Okay, so I think I have 1-2 steps each here. I think. Oh my god, I'm so excited for the next saga. Yes, I am. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in there and build it from inside the thing, and then we'll like carve in on the outside. Okay, I was gonna say, let me close that so I can make sure that I don't accidentally release anything. Okay, so I do need some of this, the crowd molding. No, close it. Thank you. Yep, they do not get to go outside because I'm not entirely sure I will be able to catch them if I lose hold of them. Oh, there. The the one down there scared me a little bit. Okay, where did... Okay, no, I do have some on me, but I need to make a little more, I think. And if I don't, whatever, but I'm going to make more, presuming I need it. Here. Okay, go ahead and make, like... make 50. That's fine. Okay, cool beads. Okay, cool. And it's specifically the birds I'm worried about. I'm not worried about anything else. Okay, so... This does come in by, like... Hang on. Let me double check this before I do anything. Okay, so I do have this going all the way up, and then have one on top, and then... Okay, yep. So I'm gonna need to carve into this a teeny tiny bit. Okay, and then put this here. Okay, and then the double check again. Okay. So. Hang on. Try to make it make sense in my head. Okay, no, it does make sense. I'm just misreading that. So now we go like... So, excuse me, children. I need you to move. Buddy, pal. Buddy, pal. Actually. Well, no, I don't have an easy solution for this, because if I take away one, a bunch more are just gonna show up. Well, this is gonna be the only one where we have this problem. So we need to just be ready to take it when they move. Everybody needs to move. I mean, I could try to relocate her, though, but I think it's going to be more effective to just wait. Come on, children. Come on, children. Move. Ah, damn it. I missed it. Come on, buddy. Come on, move. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. Everybody, please scoot. Come on, scoot. Buddy. No, son of a bitch, of course I missed it. The second that I fucking put it away and got frustrated. God damn it. Buddy, move. Okay, go. Thank you. Okay, then... Like... So... Okay, children. You need to move again. Children. Children. Oh, I hate it here. This is the worst possible timeline. Come on, everybody, move. Please, babies. Come on. It's the light bulb that's specifically the problem. Buddy, pal, thank you. Okay, cool. And again, I will go and clean everything up. I just need to do this real fast. I also need to remove this. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Alrighty, lovely. Get that out of here so we don't accidentally... Ah. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I accidentally shut myself in the door there. That would not have been good. Okay. And then once we finally get this done, we can fully unearth this motherfucker. That will be very nice. Because we haven't been able to do that ever. None of mine have had a fully finished section like this. And while I won't make it perfectly, like, whatever, I do actually want to unearth it to see, like, kind of how far I've come, you know? Oh, no, 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 that's wrong. Button, Logan. Alrighty, lovely. Beautiful. Very, very good. Okay, alrighty. Also, I'm gonna say this because I've already said it on my Tumblr, but, like, I'm seeing a concerning habit. So, like, not like, against you guys, but, like, against other people who are, like, really critical of the has-been shows and stuff, like I am. If I catch you, like, intentionally starting shit with has-been fans who are doing nothing but minding their own business and enjoying their show, you're fucking dead to me. Like, if they are just playing quietly in their little sandbox, and you decide to start shit with them, you're a fucking asshole. Shame on you. For real. And, like, don't do it in the name of the critical community. Like, I absolutely in no uncertain terms, do not approve of people behaving like that. Because what the fuck is wrong with you? They're just enjoying themselves. You know? But anyway. Okay. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. Actually, yes, I do. So, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use untreated wood. And I'm gonna kind of partition this off a little bit, okay? This is moments where I really wish this worked like Terraria. I really, really wish this worked like Terraria. Okay, anyway. I could probably get away with this here. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. Okay, you go here. You go here. My only concern is accidentally releasing all the water that I put in here. I thought I could have planted krillberries. Okay, real quick, let me go ahead and pick these up, just in case I accidentally release all the water. Like that. Okay, yeah. Hang on, let me pick up some of it so I can at least have some. Okay. And then let me really quick go ahead and do like so. Then let's put the water back as much as we can. Because obviously we're gonna lose some of it. Okay, that's fine. That is all fine and dandy. Oh, hush, telephone. Okay, cool, cool. Let me... I think I have enough space to plant these, but I'm gonna wait for a second. I'm gonna go grab some water for my ship. Why am I going this way? I could just beam right up. Well, that wasn't me, but that's what I needed to do. I believe it's in here. Yes. Okay, let's grab that. Let's go. But yeah. So, you could be critical of something without being an asshole to people who are fans of it. Like, point blank period. And I think that's something that people need to learn is like... Because again, I'm not saying that, one, you're not allowed to be critical of something. Obviously, that would be extremely, like... I don't know if incorrect's the word I'm looking for, but, like... fucking stupid for me to say. Because, obviously... But, like, if somebody's just having fun in their sandbox, don't go fucking kick sand in their face. Now, if they start throwing shit at you, sure, whatever. Like, but if they are just enjoying themselves and having a good time, leave them the fuck alone. But yeah. Okay, cool, 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 cool. And like, what I mean, let me explain what I mean by that. What I mean when I say stuff like that is, what the fuck? Why is this in here? Well, something else was in here. But what I mean when I say that is, if they are literally doing nothing, don't go directly to them and start a fight with them. Like, if they take issue with you talking shit about stuff and they come at you, sure, game on, whatever. But if all they're doing is existing and enjoying their media, don't go out of your way to start shit with them, okay? So saith Uncle Logan, you know? That's right, that's where I was putting those. Okay, cool, 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 cool. But yeah, don't go out of your way to start shit with somebody who wasn't even aware that they were gonna be beset upon in the first place. Hang on, I'm going down to put out guiding lines. Okay, cool. I am gonna leave this ground as normal, just so I can, Okay, cool, 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 cool. Because I won't be able to see that well on the other side, so I'd like some guideline. And I'm probably going to continue the pattern that we've been working on, but for right now, let me peel this up just so I can have a little bit of a better visual. Okay, cool, 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 cool. But yeah, because again, I don't think this needs to be said, but like, if you're going out of your way to start shit with people who didn't even initiate something in the first place, you're just an asshole looking for a fight. That is all you are. And that's fucking shameful. And I, for one, do not want part of that goddamn shit. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Because, like, regardless of your feelings on anything, like, it's the same as, like, Star Wars fans that go out of their way to attack people who like, the sequels, right? Like, same concept here, alright? Okay, cool, 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 cool. Very good. But yeah, it'll be nice to actually have this fully unearthed for once. Because, again, I've never really had a colony where I've been able to do this. Because none of them have quite... I've never had quite a good read on... Because I haven't bothered to look it up. It's my fault, you know? But how many fossils I'm gonna need space for. So it's cool, you know? To finally have an answer. Okay, there we go. Lovely. Okay, cool, cool. And yes, we will, you know, like, put this thing on stilts and whatever. Just gotta give me a second. Alright, lovely. Okay, alright. Very good. And also the other thing I will recommend to people who are in the critical community of anything, and, like a skill that you definitely need. For the love of the gods, you need to be able to learn when to just walk away. And I say this from somebody who's on both sides, from both sides of, like, things being critiqued and, critiquing something. Another really helpful skill, and this is just the internet in general, learn when someone, there is always a difference when somebody is trying to have a genuine conversation and when someone's clearly just trying to get a rise out of you. Learn the difference. Like, and be willing to say, hey, look, clearly we're not going to either agree on something or you're just trying to start shit. I'm going to walk away from this conversation. Because I don't know when it turned into this, like, if you walk away from a conversation, you've admitted you've lost or whatever the hell bullshit is going on these days. But, like, walking away from something is just admitting, hey, we are never going to agree on this. It's not healthy for us to just, like, fight endlessly. If it's no longer like, fun to, like, talk about, stop, or fun as in, okay, I say that in terms of, like, even within the sphere of critiquing things, because, like, I have fun critiquing things, but there is going to get a point where it is no longer fun for me, you feel me? And that is my hardline point where I'm like, if this ever happens where it's no longer amusing and it's just upsetting, I'm not going to continue critiquing when I know that it just pisses me off. And again, not in a fun way, it just angers me. Okay, sorry, I was measuring that. Because, like, to a certain degree, it is fun to be annoyed at things, but, like, you're always gonna hit a point where it's actually impacting. Like, never let yourself get so angry at something that, like, it actually makes you upset in terms of, like, genuinely. It's because, like, again, anger is a healthy human emotion, and to be able to express it in a fun way like that is not bad for you. But there is a certain point that you will hit where it is, and once you hit that point, you need to be able to admit to yourself that you've hit it, and that it is no longer healthy for you to, hang on, I'm trying to do the thing, continue to engage with it. Alright, lovely. Very good. And it's the same thing with arguments. If an argument gets you so genuinely heated that it's clearly impacting your health, don't continue the fucking argument. It's not worth it. Whatever you could feasibly say is no longer worth it when it's affecting your health. Alright, I'm debating if I want to put down the, wood right now, or if I just want to go grab... clearly I've decided that I'm going and grabbing the glass first. Okay, cool. And I might... Something I might do is, in the background, continue this pattern down. I think I might do that. I think that sounds fun. Okay, let's see. What do we got in our building chest? Well, that's... materials, not building. That's also not building, Logan. You know this. Okay, I don't have any extra baseboard, but that doesn't matter. I don't think I'm gonna need more... of the treated wood or whatever the hell's in the back. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna need more baseboard. Let me check. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. Okay, so... glass, however, I will definitely need more of. Nope. Wrong button. Wrong button! Get out of there! Okay, so... we make... actually, hang on. Wait. You see how much I can make just on my own? Okay. Let's make... 20 will make 200. Let's make 30. Let's make 30. I think that'll do. Excuse you, computer. 3. Hello? Oh, I'm fucking stupid. 300. No. Brain cell. Use it. Jesus Christ. Losing my fucking gourd. Alright. Cool, so 300. That should be more than enough. And we'll put up this ahead of time so you can see kind of what I'm intending. Because, like, I don't know if I'm going to mirror this on the other side. I mean, I almost definitely will, but I'm not looking forward to counting the blocks out at all. Anyway. Where's my baseboards? Okay. Shift. So that's already down, so we just need one more there. Then 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, I think this would look better in these ornate wood blocks, personally. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It almost looks like it's spiraling. That's interested. Yeah, maybe. Mm, I don't know. Now I'm questioning it. Because here's kind of in my head what this is like a support strut is kind of what I'm going for. I don't know. I don't think that one works. Again, I think the idea works. It's just the material that I'm questioning. I don't think that works either. Because this works better in terms of like it carrying the visual of the roof. But I don't think it works better for the concept. I could also do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because flying buttresses come out and then down. Not that sharply, though. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think that this is probably the best idea, though. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Not doing that right. Hang on, I'm not doing it right. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, I am. I'm losing my fucking mind. Okay. And I could put glass back there, but I don't think I'm going to yet. For right now, that's okay. We might have to figure out something later if it starts pissing me off again. Okay, anyway. Let's go glass in the lower section down there. Okay, alright. So, also, what I'm gonna do... Actually, no, it'll just go as far as this. So, yeah. So, I don't think I'm going to fully put in a wooden section over here, but like partition it off like this. Like, I'm just gonna put it in the background. But it should be fine. Okay, cool. Ah, nope, that is not the shift key, Logan. Alright, lovely. Okay, that's fine and dandy. And then we'll scoot that over here so we can see a little better. And if I recall, I can't remember if I made those blue. I think I did. But regardless... Well, actually, I need this. Okay, so that would be the open section right there. This one would be the open one. And then... So this would be the line. So then... Beep. Okay. We should have it down. 1, 2, 3. Yes. That goes like so. I think I got that right. Pretty sure. Okay, anyway. But yeah, like I said, I just needed a break from the main everything we were doing, because it was starting to kind of not grate on me, but like I just needed a break. You feel me? 3, and 4, 2, 3. Beep, 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 beep. No. Bad. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool. Give me that. Okay, good, good. And then this is also normal. Okay, cool. I think we've got the pattern solid again, because I know that we screwed this up last time we did this, so I'm bound and determined to not screw it up this time. Okay. I can't tell if I made those blue or not. I think I did. Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, and that 3 is where this goes. Okay, lovely. Lovely, beautiful. Alrighty. Yeah, I very much love making patterns on walls like this. Because, if and when... Not if, I know we're gonna do it again. But the next time we play Terraria, you'll see that I really like making, patterns like that. No. Wait. Actually, no. Yes. I was right. I was right that this is wrong. Okay, cool. And with Terraria, what I'll do is I'll actually take, wait. No, am I wrong? I am wrong. Kind of. But I'll take, how do you phrase it? I also need to put lights up back there. Hold tight. But I will also, well, have a brain cell for one. Brain, come on, man. You gotta work sometime this century. Okay, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4 sections here. Okay. And then here. I'll wait. Maybe I won't. Actually, yes, I will. No, I won't. What I'll do for Terraria, in addition to, like, building in the same... Because Terraria is very similar to this, in that it's 2D, side-scrollery... Or, not E, it is a side-scroller. Insofar as... very similar, just a lot smaller blocks, right? But what I'll do for that, because the blocks are smaller, relatively speaking, I'll use cross-stitch patterns for wall patterns. Matter of fact, this one is probably pulled from a cross-stitch pattern that I used to use. A border of some nature. And, like, obviously I can't do some of my more elaborate things. Like, probably the most elaborate one I've ever done was the beetle pattern I used for my Terraria world. But, or one of them, I have many. Okay, hang on. Let me get back into the count. I also need to do this. But yeah, I really like using cross-stitch patterns for what is functionally pixel art, because fun fact, pixel art and cross-stitch patterns pretty much have a one-to-one. Or can be used one-to-one, depending on what pattern you're using. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay. But, yeah, I highly recommend to anyone who enjoys doing stuff like this / pixel art also looking into cross-stitching, because I've literally been able to directly translate pixel art to cross-stitch patterns before, and it's fun. 3, and then beep, beep, beep. And again, it's obviously not going to be perfect, but I really don't give a shit. Okay, cool. Because I am perfectly content with the length of this, so even if the pattern's a little off, I don't give a rat's ass. Okay, cool. Plus, there is something kind of fun about it just abruptly ending like that. Okay, alright. Now then, let's glass this in. We're also going to put this over here just in case that we need to unearth something over in the water section again. I gotta triple double checking. Okay, lovely. Beautiful. Okay, that is fine and dandy. Very good. Okay, cool. Well, we overshot it by about 100, but honestly, that's fine. I'd rather have too much than too little. Okay. Now then, let me go ahead and... let me light this up. Let me light up the night. 1, 2, 3, 4... I'm actually going to do it from the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4... because I think that makes more sense in the grand scheme of things. Okay, cool. Now let's play the game of do I remember where the color bands go. Okay, let's see. And again, I've said this before, I'll say it again, this is part of the reason that I put this off for so long as I knew I'd get like this. Okay, the central quote-unquote eyes, or shades, however you want to see it, I see them as eyes, are clear sections. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I've been putting little dots of blue in the openings here for these sections. I could probably get away with that. Okay. Beep. Not control. Shift, thank you. Pretty sure I have, anyway. I mean, there's one way we can check. Oh, well. If it was, I just screwed it up, so... Womp womp. I ruined it for everyone. I don't think I was, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I think they were just clear sections like the other ones. Okay, cool. Alright, now then. Thus begins the arduous process of this nonsense. Which is part of why I put up the torches, so I can see this a little easier. And see if I've screwed up anything. I mean, let's be honest, I will. Alright, very good. Yes, thank you. Beep up, beep up, beep. I'm gonna just do the top layer first so I don't have to, like, keep going completely up and down, more so than already necessary. Alright, yes, yes, yes. Alright, good, good, good. And one of the things you could do in order, if you have foreground objects layered in front of this, like the platforms or whatever, all you have to do is pull the foreground object out, tone the background, and then reinstate the foreground object, and it'll work just fine. But you cannot, because you're toning both layers at the same time because of the way that the paint gun works. So there is no way to not tone both layers unless you have like a mod or some shit. I'm sure there's a mod that does nonsense like that. Because let's be honest, there's a mod for pretty much everything. And if not, you can make it. I don't know how easy it is to mod Starbound. I've never really tried. Or mod as in make a mod for it. Okay, cool, cool, good. Very good. And, like, obviously some things are easier than, you know, others. Like, I'm sure just adding a singular object is easier than adding, like, an entire different function to the paint gun. But, hey, it is fine. And dandy, in fact. Beep, 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 beep. Very good. Okay. Very, 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 very good. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. But yeah, I don't know if I will pick up Murder Drones at some point. I know it just ended. So, like, it would be the perfect time to, but, like, at the same time, I don't know. I do not know how I feel about some of the other humor. Oh, I already did that. Cool, we did it. Yay, hooray. Okay, so, officially, we have... Hang on, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I might get pulled away again at some point, but for right now, it's fine. Alrighty. Good, good, good. I don't know what I was talking about, but it's okay. Out of curiosity, I might go ahead and tunnel through here to see where it takes me. But, yeah, everything's okay. We just, where I'm getting work done on the house, I didn't know that it was happening today, though, so I'm just kind of a little thrown. But everything's fine. It's just, you know, brain cells, all that. Alrighty, cool, cool. Where's the building chest? There it is. Okay, let's go ahead and stack that away. Beep, bop. These could go in here. I'm gonna toss some of this in here too, just because I don't know what to do with it otherwise. Okay, cool. Beautiful. I'm gonna go and see if I can tunnel through to the other side and see how far we are as insofar as our, like, lopping off the top of this planet is going. Just because I'm kind of curious. I don't know how long it will take me, but we'll see. Because I don't think we're that close, realistically speaking. But we can always check. Obviously. And actually, wait. We need to go down by one. Because we'll be putting both the flooring and the trees in here. So, I think I'm going to leave this normal. But for this... shit. I need to put normal dirt here. Oh, come on, computer. There you go, good lad. Okay, so if you hear the door budge, just be aware. Okay, cool. Very good. Very, very good. That will be what we need. Much better. Much, much better. Okay, cool. And like I said, I'm just gonna burrow straight through. I'm not gonna bother with, like, making everything all even and tidy and whatever. It should be fine. Okay. Lovely. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious how close we are on the other side. I know that, we were, like, kind of angling it up, so what I'll do is I'll eventually make it even. But for right now, I'm just very, very curious how close we are on the other side. You feel me? Okay. Cool. Because there was a point where I really didn't want to deal with a particular mountain range, and I still don't. Because I could probably shave it down to make it even, but I don't give a shit. At least not enough to do anything about it. I don't know why I keep doing that in pulses like that. When there's... Oh, hang on. I guess that's why. Alright, very good. Also, I forget if I mentioned it, but the new Bruce Timm Batman series, I finished it. Holy fucking shit, y'all. I cannot recommend it highly enough. Oh shit, we were really close. Okay, so... the question is... yeah, I think I just want to angle it down gently. So, actually, wait, let me burrow up here. Because I recognize this as my handiwork. Okay, so... we are just going to, like... gently slope it down. You feel me? Wow, we were super duper close, actually. Okay, so. Okay. Kinda wanna go like a few more over here. Alright, lovely. I am gonna put a torch down here and then cover it up so that we have a little light other than me. Because obviously there's only so much that I can produce. Okay, cool. That is fine. That is fine. That is dandy. Okay, hang on. Let me set that away. Okay, and then we'll step it down again here. Okay, cool, 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 cool. But, yeah, we were way closer than I thought we were. Alright, very good. Very, very good. We need, like, so... Because, again, it doesn't need to be perfect, but I do want it to, like, slope back down over here. Because I didn't really intend to slope up in the first place, but we did it, so we need to fix it, you know? Okay, alright. Beep bop, very good. Ah, no, no, no. Beep bop, lovely. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Alright, and then like so. Oops. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, also, another thing that I would give people advice for interacting with fandom, if you know that you cannot handle seeing your fandom, like, critiqued or, like, it brings you genuine distress to see people talk shit about stuff, you gotta learn to weaponize the block button, and especially if you're on Tumblr, tags exist for a reason. Now, there will always be people who are intentionally assholes and don't use the tagging system because they're genuinely trying to piss people off. But, like, any good critique, like, people who are critiquing from good faith, worth their salt, will always, come on, brain cell. Brain, come on. Properly tag stuff, or at least tag it in a way that, like, they'll say, hey, I know I don't use tags, and I do this a lot, just go ahead and block me if it upsets you, like, stuff like that. But you gotta learn to use that block tag, or to block tags in general. XKit and Tumblr Savior are your friend. They're extensions, if you're wondering. To quote I mean, obviously it was a silly meme, but it was very poignant, that I saw someone post. It was Squidward, and he says, "We curate our own experience here, sir." Because, yes, welcome to Tumblr culture. We absolutely curate our own experience. Alright, lovely. Let me go ahead and just put a few random torches in here. Okay, lovely. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go behind myself and block this up. Because I can. That's not what I wanted. Thank you, computer. That's also not what I wanted. Okay, cool. Before... Well, I've already hit the point that I was literally about to say. Before I hit this point... Oh, right, you can't build while you're in ball mode. I forgot about that. Well, guess we gotta undo what we just did. Okay, cool, cool, cool. There we are, lovely. Much better. But yeah, I cannot recommend enough that if... Because, like, I understand that there are certain things that, like, even though I believe everyone should be able to, like, at least tolerate negativity about things they they like, as well as people should be able to tolerate positivity about things they don't like. Like, this is why whenever I, like, make, like, critiques of the I think they call it the Helliverse, but Viv stuff, I will always be like, you are allowed to love it, and I love that you love it. I just need to be able to, like, get my thoughts out in, like, a cohesive and, like, therapeutic manner. You feel me? Because I'm not one of those people that's like, I think this, I want to see Vivian fail. You know, no, I'm not one of those people. In fact, I'm the opposite. Uh, but, like, I do need to be able to get, like, my thoughts out and whatever. But I will always tell people, I'm like, don't let my dumbass opinions impact your ability to enjoy stuff. Like, just block me, move on. I love that you love it. Everyone deserves something that they are passionate about, regardless of whether I like it or not, you know? And anyone who's been in, like, fandoms that are notoriously, like, either regularly, like, taunted / whatever will understand that it can be really frustrating to deal with it, but I am of the firm belief that it is equally as unhealthy to not be able to tolerate seeing people upset as it is to not be able to tolerate seeing people happy. Because, like, obviously, you don't have to have negativity in your life, duh. But, like, if you physically cannot, like, tolerate seeing someone upset, you might want to bring that up in therapy. Because, like, again, being upset and angry is a natural and healthy emotion. Like, obviously, you can't let it consume you, but there is nothing wrong with being upset and angry about something and needing to rant about it in a, like, especially on some place like Tumblr. Tumblr is functionally a diary. You feel me? Like, it's a blogging platform first and foremost. Matter of fact, I take issue with it being called social media a lot. Like, there is social media aspects to it, but it is, at its core, a blogging platform. It's also a very unique platform that's really, really hard to explain to people who, like, aren't a part of Tumblr. But it is what it is. Okay. Very, very good. I mean, it's the same as, like, Archive of Our Own wasn't necessarily inherently originally meant to be fanfiction, purely. Again, inherently, but it is now. Like, they have changed course. But, so, I'm gonna learn you a thing if you don't know about the history of Archive of Our Own. It's actually really interesting. So, Archive of Our Own was created, if any of you remember the LiveJournal days. Archive of Our Own was created as a response to a massive purge that happened over on LiveJournal back when they went through a buyout. I forget exactly what happened, like the order of it, but basically a bunch of things were being, like, purged and deleted and censored, and the people on LiveJournal were getting really frustrated with having to basically, like, completely either censor themselves or just prepare for the inevitable deletion of everything they loved, right? And a bunch of users who knew coding got really fed up with it and were like, no, that's fucking stupid. And decided to create an Archive of Our Own. So that is, and again, there's a lot of, like, nitty-gritty history and stuff, but, hang on. It's, if you ever want to, like, look into something really intriguing, I highly recommend looking up the history of Archive of Our Own. It's really fascinating. But yeah, it was born, and that's why when people are like, why aren't they censoring XYZ? Why are they allowing XYZ? And I'm like, because if they didn't, it would literally be antithetical to everything that Archive of Our Own stands for. Like, Archive of Our Own was born out of a sheer desperation to not have to deal with censorship. And again, not in a, like, ooh, like, scandalous kind of way. Legitimately because they were censoring anything and everything from things that don't deserve to be censored, like LGBTQ plus topics, to anything in between. And so the creators got extremely frustrated with it and were like, no, I'm fucking tired of this. We shouldn't have to live in fear of everything that we love getting purged because something advertisers. Alright, lovely. Lovely, beautiful. And with Tumblr, I don't know the entire history of it, but I do know that at the time that Tumblr was created, blogs were very popular, but they were also extremely annoying to make if you didn't, like, have a lot of experience and knowledge with coding. And if you didn't want to, like, pay for hosting and such. So I believe that was part of why Tumblr was created, was as somewhere where you can make a blog and not have to worry about paying hosting, not having to worry about, you know, stuff like that, blah blah. Okay, give me a second to go back here and burrow through this real fast. Okay, give me a second to have one headphone off. Okay. But yeah, Tumblr is a blogging platform first and foremost, and kind of became social media, but like, I shorthand it to socials because, like, that's what most people will be doing. But I do personally take issue with people calling Tumblr a social media site because it kind of, sort of, yes, but also kind of really no. But yeah, and it just... I've been on Tumblr for a long time, so I have a lot of opinions about it. Alright, lovely. Been on Tumblr since 2011. And obviously Tumblr's from, I believe, either 2005 or 7, but, like, even by Tumblr standards, 2011's pretty long time. Alright, lovely, because it was before the real boom. And fun fact, would you like to know the reason I made a Tumblr? So, I haven't kept up with them in a while, but there was a furry musician. Oh, I'm blanking on their name. Shoot. Oh, no. But it was, a furry musician who did, like, dubstep and stuff. And I basically was more or less technically following their Tumblr, but what I would do is every day I would just go onto the blog and see if something new had been posted, and then eventually I got really frustrated, and my roommate's like, why don't you just make an account? And I'm like, you know what, I guess I will. And if you want an even more wild piece of Logan lore, a lot of people are like, what was your first blog title and why was it what it was? My first blog title, not because my name has always been some variant on Mixter or Madame Glacia, so my first blog title, like, if you're on Tumblr, you know what I mean, but you can have, like, a subtitle for the blog, like, mine is subtitled Logan's Lair now, but at the time, my very first one was called Fireworks, Furries, and Douchebags. The reason it was called that was because I wish I was kidding. I wish to everything I was kidding. But the day that I made my Tumblr blog was the day that Bin Laden was caught. And everyone was setting off a bunch of fireworks, and so I basically called it that because I was like, what is going on? And then I found out later, I'm like, oh. But that was my first blog title, and that's why it was called that. But yeah, okay. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do before, or what I did before, where I, like made tunnels through... Well, I don't know yet. I'm gonna do it right now just because I want to, but tunnels through the larger land masses to make it kind of easier on me, but, like, I realistically don't think I'm gonna do this, like, genuinely. I'm probably just gonna go from the top and go down. And again, I don't think I'm gonna, like, actually go out of my way to fully do this today. but I'm gonna start it because I do want to have an ear out just in case the guy needs me. But it's fine. But yeah, that is why my first blog was titled the way it was. But yeah, it was 2011, I was in college, blah blah, all that good stuff. And again, it's been Logan's Lair for a while, and obviously that is something that translated over. Matter of fact, I'm about to like change my Discord back because the only reason I called it Logan's Logang was somebody who I rated out to made like a funny quip about that would be kind of amusing to have it say that. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, but now I'm like, no, I want my lair back. Just because I think it sounds interesting, Logan's Lair. Alrighty, lovely. Very, very good. Alright, cool. That is fine and dandy. Okay. But yeah, if you are going to make a Tumblr, like I said, I highly, highly recommend getting the XKit extensions, and getting Tumblr Savior specifically, because if XKit doesn't catch it, Tumblr Savior will. Because, like I said, we curate our own experience there. And I am one of those people, I will go down with the ship. Like, I've been there. Literally, I have not left since I made my initial blog. And I am going to be a rat going down with the ship. Like, obviously everyone should have, like, a limit to things that they are willing to tolerate before, like, giving up on something. My limit for Tumblr is going to be very high, because I'm going to be real with y'all. There is nothing like Tumblr. Nothing has been able to even come close to it. And that's one of those things that's really frustrating when Tumblr was going through a bunch of buyouts and making a bunch of changes to make it more like whatever. Like, I actually have something that makes it closer to the original design because they went through a redesign recently that made it look a lot more like the Twitter dashboard. And I'm like, you are not Twitter. Why the fuck are you trying to be Twitter right now? Especially now, with it being, like, god-awful. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, you are one of the most unique platforms on the internet. Act like it. We weren't a part of this because, you know, we wanted you to be like XYZ. No, we were here because you were Tumblr. You feel me? And, like, one of the things I will say, as much as it is very fun to still tease, like, the 2014 era of Tumblr where, like, everyone's like, oh my god, the social justice wars, it has cooled off significantly. And it's one of those things, because, like I said, I think it's because a lot of the ones who are still there are much older. So you have one half of Tumblr, which is a much older crowd, and one thing I will tell you guys, the older you get, the less reactive you get to stuff. Like, obviously, people still care about things, duh, that's not what I'm saying at all. And I'm not saying this is a justification for if somebody has, like, a super, like, blasé, like, interaction with the world around them. But the older you get, the more you're gonna be like, I don't have the energy to be angry about every teeny tiny thing. Because, like, there are some things that I look back on, I'm like, why the fuck was I arguing about this? This literally doesn't matter. And it's funny, because I've always been a fairly, like, when it comes to, like, social outrage, like, yes, obviously, like, I'm not gonna say that I am immune to propaganda or whatever, but, like, I tend to, how did I phrase it once? I'm a sit on the fence kind of person. I'll sit on the fence and wait and see what happens, and then I'll, you know, kind of give my 2 cents once I've collected my thoughts, because I know that when it comes to, like, outwardly, if you just ask me to make snap judgment stuff, I am a very reactive person. And I may say something that either I don't have the full facts on, or I just say out of anger, and, like, I know that about myself, so when it comes to things like Tumblr, I tend to be like, I really need to wait and, you know, see before I actually make a fool out of myself. It's kind of like one of the reasons why, because a lot of people are like, well, critiquing this, you know, you're not critiquing it, you're ranting, why would you continue to whatever? And I'm like, well, one, it is amusing to see. I'm going to use the Helliverse as an example because it's, like, the most obvious example with me. Um, One, it is fun to. Because here's the thing, I never just fully go into a complete brand. I will almost always say this is how I would have done it, or this is something I think would make this better or make this work, because I don't believe in not giving some level of constructiveness to criticism of, like, large media franchises like this. Like, I will always be like, this is what I would have done, this is whatever. Um, and I don't like to just go off of hearsay and rumors, because, like, obviously, we all know that hearsay and rumors are not always correct, duh. But, when it comes to things like that, I like to... One, I am one of those people, I would love to be proven wrong about stuff. I love being proven wrong, because that means I get to learn, right? And I think that everyone, while yes, it sucks to be on the wrong side of whatever, I think everyone should have a healthy, like, enjoyment of functionally losing an argument, because, like, that means you get to learn and grow as a person. That's exciting, you know? At least that's my view of it. And I would love for the teams behind Helliverse to, like, grow and make something great, because, like, they are currently the poster child for... They're not really... Like, the Hell of a Boss side I would still consider indie animation. Has-Been is not indie animation anymore, and anyone who tells you that is literally, like, blowing smoke, okay? They have a big studio behind them, they have Amazon money, it is not indie animation, okay? Like, let's get that fully transparent. But that you could easily argue that Helliva is still indie animation. I will give you that. But I think that it is still a poster child for indie animation, even if it's in part not anymore. So I do not want to see these shows produce bad quality stuff, because it makes everything look bad and could potentially, like, ruin things for future successful projects by other creators in the future. You know, and I don't want to see that, just because investors get scared off because of, you know, because the one thing I will say is Has-Been was a success, so, like, I do think that it is going to open the door to a certain degree. So, like, I'm not going to be mad at it for that at all. I just wish it was better written. And like I said, I am always so up to being proven wrong. I totally am. But, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I always tell people, I'm like, absolutely, I recommend making a Tumblr blog, even if you don't use it, like, it's fun. Because one of the things that's been very interesting to watch, back when there was the big, Reddit exodus that happened, oh god, it's actually probably over a year by now, but back when the whole, like, third-party thing was going down, right? For people who are Redditors, they would know. I'm not a big Redditor, but I know by proxy. But there's this guy who wound up transplanting to Reddit after that. His name is Cyber-Core, or, like, Cyber and then the dash mark Core. And Core, like, corporal, like corporal, corporation, that kind. And he has a little leopard gecko with a, I believe it's Thomas's, but a Daft Punk helmet on. He was a Reddit transplant. And one of the things that he said is, it's so nice to be able to just... I think, I don't know, remember if the phrase he used was scream into the void, but that's the phrase I use whenever I talk about ranting. And not have to, like, feel like I'm just suddenly going to start, like, this massive debate. And it's really funny because, like, everyone, like, the public perception of Tumblr is that that's how it is. But he's like, I could just post this, and it was, like, the clip of, W. Bush having the, shoe thrown at him at the press conference. He's like, I could post this and not, like, feel like I'm going to have, like, repercussions or whatever. And he is still on Tumblr to this day, and he is just... When I tell you this man is, like, integrated so naturally, it's really funny. To the point that, I don't remember how/when this started, but somebody in his Ask box, which it's basically, like, it's not, like, per se private messaging, but it's kind of like a... Think of it kind of in a similar way... How do I phrase it? If you had, like, a private comment section where you have to approve a comment first, think of it kind of like that. Where somebody will send you, and mind you, you can either allow them to do it anonymously or not. You can turn that on and off, by the way. Send you an ask. You can also close your ask box. You could, like, choose to respond to it privately or publicly. I believe you can only respond to anonymous ones publicly, if I recall correctly. Somebody basically went into his ask box and called him Gecko Boy, and I don't remember if he had a gecko as his icon yet or not, but he's immediately like, nope, I'm Gecko Boy now. I have been bestowed with a nickname by the Tumblr gods. And it's just very sweet and endearing. But yeah. Alrighty, lovely. And also, the other thing I will tell people who are going to, you know, go to Tumblr for the first time, Tumblr does not have an algorithm. Tumblr does not have, within certain reason, the concept of, like, shadow banning or censoring words. There, you could look up nuance on this. People on Tumblr talk about it a lot. But, like, you're not gonna get in trouble for saying die or whatever, you know. Like, obviously, but, like, don't use, like, unalive or whatever bullshit. Like, you're immediately gonna get clocked as, not... Unless you're very clearly using it ironically, like, if you're using stuff, like, to be funny, no one gives a shit. Just be aware that people are going to immediately clock you if you're using things like dot or unalive or whatever. Again, people are immediately... And again, there's nothing wrong with not being a long-time Tumblr user, or as people put it, a native Tumblrite. It's just one of those things that people are going to immediately notice it. Alright, lovely. And once again, I am of the opinion that while certain sites you have to function within their rule set, Tumblr is not one of those... Well, again, there's nuance to it, but, like... I'm a very firm believer that if you start to water down language, it's not only, like, silly, but it's also definitely, like, little Orwellian. Don't auto-censor yourself if you're not having to, because otherwise you're basically, like, watering down the meanings of words. Don't fucking do it. Don't accidentally 1984 yourself. Alright, lovely. Because that's the thing with 1984. Remember, it was not necessarily imposed on the people per se directly. It was like a self-inflicted thing. You feel me? And it's been so long since I've read it, so I'm not gonna, like, fully, like, give direct whatevers, but, like, but yeah, it was not necessarily something done unto them. You feel me? But yeah, don't water down language. if you don't have to. And again, the rules are always unless it's funny. If you're doing it to be funny, whatever. But, like, yeah. Okay? The other nice thing about Tumblr is you can have your main blog, and then you can have multiple side blogs. So, like, I have one that's just for, like, writing. And the other thing I will tell people, specifically who were Twitter transplants, you can reblog your own stuff or any post as many times as you like. There is, like, the only limit is self-imposed if you think you're being annoying, which, who cares? It's your blog. Who gives a shit? But you can, like, I believe the term is signal boost. Your own stuff, you can reblog it anywhere. That is one thing that I will always adore about Tumblr above anything else, is there is no limit to how many times you can repost or reblog your own shit. And I very much enjoy that. It is fine and dandy. But yeah, I love Tumblr, and I will probably be there until the lights go off. You feel me? But yeah. Because, I mean, like, there are certain things that I really only use because a lot of people had started using it. Like, the only reason I had a Twitter was because it was viewed as borderline necessary when I made it. Because it was one of those things I made for, I mean, hell, I still kind of quasi-technically have a Facebook because it's god-awful impossible to delete one of those. But that was also just purely used for, like, stupid shit in college or whatever. I never had a MySpace, because by the time I had even heard of MySpace, Facebook was starting to take over. Partially because I was on, like, LiveJournal and stuff, so I didn't really think that there was another option that I needed. But yeah, Tumblr is definitely going to be, like, one of those go down with the ship kind of things for me. Because, one, I'm stubborn, that's just in my nature. And two, I fucking love it there. Alright, lovely. There's a reason that, to this day, my URL that I always put on my art as, like... Because, like, I have two things. One, I have a signature that I would use, but, like, especially when I'm doing lots of it, I don't care. I have, like, a little watermark stamp that I use in lieu of my signature that I mean, you probably have been able to notice it if you've ever watched me doing art. I have this little overlay that I'll do. But I also will always link to my art Tumblr, which is Glass Eye Art Spy. And the idea of migrating that, I genuinely wouldn't. Like, even when I made my art Tumblr, I only barely migrated some of the stuff over from DeviantArt, which I still also have my DeviantArt. That's another one that's kind of a, not necessarily in a good way, but is probably going to be a go down with the ship kind of situation, because, oh god, actually, let's play a little game. How old is Logan's DeviantArt? Let's see. At least this one. I have an even older one. How old is this DeviantArt? Oh, only 17 years old. It's almost legally able to vote. That's fun. And then my other one is even older, and I had technically an even older one before that. But yeah, with DeviantArt and Tumblr, two of the big things is I do not want to lose or migrate over what I already have, because they've been online for so long that literally the idea of that makes me cringe. Because actually, let me see if I can find... I'm actually curious. I'm going to try to find my older one. Because I know that I have a way to find it. I just need to look for it. Give me 1 second. It shouldn't take me that long. Because I am very curious. Oh god, I forgot that I used to communicate with one of my college friends via the DeviantArt comment section. Anyone on DeviantArt, you know you have that little, like, thing where you can comment on someone's page. But there. Let's see. Oh god, the college lingo. Oh, woof. C-C-D-D-D-D. I think I've scrolled past it. Okay. Sorry, I saw myself, clapping back at somebody who, I remember this person would, like, get really, like, overly chatty on the front page of my thing, and I go, you have got to start using notes instead of comments on my front page, dude. Okay, where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it this way. No, not fucking... Damn it. Oh, son of a bitch. I know that I have a place that I've found this before. I just need to find it, and I'm getting stubborn about it. Okay, let's see. Beep, 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 beep. If I get too frustrated, I'm just gonna give up. But I know that I've looked this up in the past. And I'm very, very curious if I can find it again. Because basically what I did was I linked it on my comment section, and I know I did it. I just don't remember where it is. Well, not me doing that. Oh, God. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, God, that era. Jesus. So, fun fact, there was an era of DeviantArt where people basically played with icons, like dolls. They were called PLZ accounts, Plez accounts. And they would make these little, like, patterns with them. How far back was this? Where is it? I'm gonna get really frustrated here in a second. I'm probably gonna give up with this. But I do want to at least attempt. Oh, the era where it was so small that everyone would thank you for every fave that you left on something. Jeez. That's crazy. There it is. Found it. Found it, found it, found it, found it, found it. So, my other DeviantArt account is 19 years old. And like I said, there is one that is technically older than that. But... Okay, that's... And actually, let me refresh... Why have I not been able to find this? Whatever, it's fine. Okay, anyway, back to the game with us. So yes, my other account could absolutely legally vote. Can't quite drink yet, though. Alrighty, beautiful. And the first one is completely lost to time because the first one, like I said, it was even further than that. And what had happened was... I don't know how/why, but my mom was informed that I was on DeviantArt, and she went on the front page, and I don't know if she even saw any actual, like, naughty things, but she saw, like, this one piece of, like, I think it was, like, an angel and a demon, and the demon was chasing the angel or something, and she got all, like, upset about that, and was like, this site is terrible influence, you need to delete it right now, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. And so I deleted that account, so I have no clue. And I don't even remember what that account was named. But, yeah. But yeah, if you want to see some ancient-ass, hang on. I'm actually, for funsies, gonna, show this, but give me 1 second. Let's go see some ancient as shit, art. Hang on. Let me add a source. Image. Source. Okay, let's find it. Let's find it. You want to see some old-ass art? That was my Danny Phantom OC. That is Kit. K-I-T Kit. And that is the only piece that is currently up on that, I remember. There we go. Yes, I want to remove it, thank you. So yeah, that is the only piece that is up on, that particular, site anymore. Okay, cool. But yeah, it's very, because, like, it was one of those things that, like, I've never been terribly good with hand-eye coordination. So whenever I talk about, like, being really determined to make people understand that art is a skill that you hone, like, some people are more naturally prone to it, but, like, there's a reason that the "you're just so gifted" or "naturally talented" pisses me off, because I'm like, no, I fucking worked for this, motherfucker. How dare you insinuate that I didn't work for this? Do you understand how much blood, sweat, and tears went into this motherfucker? Yeah, I was not someone that I would say naturally, again, and I've said it before, one of my favorite phrases ever is the only thing that artists naturally have, and this is all artists, like musical artists too, above anyone else that would be considered a natural quote-unquote gift, is they are naturally stubborn as fuck. And they are too determined to be better at this thing that they enjoy. They are stubborn as shit, and they will not take no for an answer when it comes for like art and stuff. Not like, obviously, sketchy shit. Yeah, that is the one thing that, like, a lot of these people who are artisans in general, whether it be somebody who's doing pottery, somebody who's a musician, somebody who's, like, a natural artisan, like, works with their hands, or somebody who does, like I said, like, writing, somebody who does blah blah. Again, they may have a different way of looking at the world, like, that may be something that you could argue is, quote, a natural difference or whatever, but the only thing that an artist has above a non-artist is their sheer determination to make it happen. You feel me? That is the big difference. And I always get really, I mean, again, you've seen it happen. I get infuriated when people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're just so naturally gifted. It's like a gift from God. It's your natural talent." And I'm like, bitch, check yourself before I do. But yeah. And a lot of artists, especially older artists who have been working at it for a long time, are very much in the same boat where they're like, no, I work to get where I am. It is hard work and determination. Alright, lovely. It's the same reason why whenever, like, people are like, "Oh, I don't, like, want, like, bad art when it comes to an art trade or art fight." Specifically with art fight, I'm gonna use art fight as an example because this was something that really drove me crazy during the event. You should be happy that you are watching an artist's, like, a baby artist's progress. why are you literally being like, I don't want bad art because they're a beginner? Bitch, like, that is not the spirit of Art Fight. The spirit of Art Fight is collaboration and letting people, you know, get practice in by drawing other people's characters without feeling like they, you know, need to, like, there's no obligation aspect of it, you feel me? I'm just gonna burrow through just because I kind of want to with this one. I don't know why, I just do. But, like, I'm one of those people where as long as it's not somebody who's, like, doing it as, like, either they're, like, intentionally doing it to harass or, like, trying to, like, steal a character, I will always be happy with fan art of my characters. Like, no matter the skill level. Like, I still have every piece of fan art that anyone has ever drawn for me, or, like, gifts or whatever. Every single piece that I have ever gotten is either saved on my phone or my computer. I have an entire folder titled, gifts in my other art. Like, art by other artists thing. And I have some, like, and I literally even have saved, like, stuff that my niece has drawn for me. Like, people taking their time and effort and supplies and energy to, like, make something for me, that is so sweet and, like, makes me feel so honored. I truly can't imagine what kind of person would be like, I only want good gifts and good fan art. That's insane. That's quite literally crazy. Especially in this realm scope of Art Fight where you are not obligated to, like, do anything back. Like, revenge isn't, like, yes, there is, like, obviously a culture of, like, people revenging the artists that, drew their stuff, but, like, one, it is not necessary. The only thing, in my opinion, I don't consider it per se necessary, and it doesn't even have to be on Art Fight itself, because, like, obviously I cross-post to a bunch of different stuff, and I try to make sure to tag the people no matter what. I would like a thank you, but even that's one of those things that's not necessary, and the only reason I want a thank you is because I want to know that they saw it. I want to know that they, like, didn't, like, drop off the face of the earth. And that is the only thing that I consider even, and again, it's not even a pure necessity, and it doesn't even need to happen on Art Fight, because, like, some people will be like, oh, okay, they thanked me here, so I know they saw it, or, like, in the case of, like, if there was a favorite system, if they would leave a favorite, that's all I need to know that they saw it. Because I'm one of those people, I like it when you can favorite a comment, because it means that I don't have to, like, necessarily come up with, like, an answer, and I can just be like, heart, to let them know I saw it, you feel me? And I'm pretty notorious about that on TikTok. I'll just, you know, like a comment to let people know that I've seen it and I'm acknowledging that I've seen it. But, like, yeah, it is what it is. Alright, very, very good. Also, one of the things I was very impressed with, even if they don't use them anymore, was how many of the accounts that I was going through when I was looking through my DeviantArts comment section are still online. And again, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, it just means that they haven't deleted it. Because I know for a fact that most of them are no longer used because, one, either I know they're a new one, or two, I just know for a fact that they're not using it anymore, you feel me? But it was just interesting to see how many of the accounts were still online. And also with DeviantArt, I think the thing is, especially the era of accounts I was seeing, because we're talking, like, pre-2000, like, 2008 era, a lot of that era was just, you would just leave an account for whatever, you wouldn't just delete it, because that was kind of before people really understood, hey, the internet's forever, and if you're gonna, like, leave somewhere, you should probably delete your presence. That was not the cultural norm of the era. It was more just like people came and went and whatever happened happened, you feel me? But yeah, it was kind of interesting to see how many of them were still there. Obviously, I still have my old account, but it's partially just because, like, I actually don't know if I could physically That's actually an interesting thought. I don't know if I could access it. I'm not sure if I remember what email I used. So that's a little concerning, but whatever. Okay, this is fine and dandy. And right, like, for this, could I have theoretically made and used a bunch of explosives to, like, try and make this go quicker? Yes, but at the same time, I really don't give enough of a shit. But also, I'm very particular in how I do stuff. I mean, obviously, if you've ever watched me play Minecraft, I also don't use beds when I netherite mine. I will, like, make branching corridor mines, like, it is. But I will make branching corridor mines, like, that have a 3-block, or not a 3-block, a 2-block gap between them, so I can see either side any day above bed mining, because, one, I am convinced that I would do it terribly and accidentally blow myself up. But in this case, I don't know, I very much like kind of the going back and forth aspect, and it's one of those things that I can do mindlessly while I rant and tell stories and shit, and that's clearly something I enjoy doing. But yeah, it is what it is. Very good. Oh, also, I'm going to take a moment to rant about somebody who I only know tangentially, because I don't know what their full username is. I know about them, but I'm not gonna, like, sell them out because, like, I don't feel like it. But my spouse has someone who is referred to as Soap Opera Bitch. And occasionally I will hear tales of this person. And one of the things that she said that absolutely pissed me the hell off was, so, to my understanding, nothing is ever good enough for this motherfucker. Everything is always, like, my way or the highway, I have the only correct opinion, whatever. Well, she was like, as a lifelong Alien fan, the new Alien movie is so shit. It was just pandering, and it was, you know, absolute dog shit. And I'm like, from what I understand, she also ragged on Prometheus and Covenant because it wasn't an alien enough movie. And I'm like, okay, by the way, let me state this for the record as somebody who only watched Prometheus and Covenant recently. They are absolutely alien movies. Both of them. Yes, they don't have enough or as much to do with the xenomorphs, but if you watch them and you watch the tone they set, they are unquestioningly alien movies, okay? Like, it is absurd of people. Like, you can say you don't like them because they don't have, like, XYZ. That's fine. But they 100%, especially, ironically, Covenant, works very heavily on a lot of the same tracks that the narrative tone of the original franchise used. Especially the first two. And, like, I have my own reasons for being a little on Covenant and Prometheus. But to say that they are not narratively and tonally in line with the series is borders on silly. And everyone's allowed their own opinion. I just think it's ridiculous. But she was like, this one's too similar. And I'm like, what the fucking Goldilocks situation are we going on with here? Because, like, as somebody who watched Romulus and is also a lifelong Alien fan, motherfucker, literally Romulus is the closest that has ever come to recapturing the magic that the original had. And obviously I still rank it below Aliens. So, okay, here's my official ranking of the top 3. It is Aliens, the second one, Alien, the first, and Romulus. And then the other ones I don't really have, like, a full official, like, I'd have to sit down and, like, actually, like, think about it. I can tell you what one's at the bottom. Resurrection. But there are people who like it, because I'm also one of those people where I'm like, I've said it before and I'll say it again a million times, don't let my stupid-ass opinions ruin something you like. Or hate. Objectively, you're allowed to also not let it ruin something you hate. Or, I mean, make it better, question mark, I'm not sure. because, like, one of the things is I'm a big AVP fan, the original. We don't talk about Requiem. Partially because Requiem was so close to being so good, for me personally. But with AVP, like, I know that's a personal thing. I know a lot of people are not a fan of AVP, and I get it. But, but yeah, it was ridiculous for someone to basically... And in the post, she more or less insinuated that any self-respecting Alien fan would also hate it, and I'm like, oh, honey, no. No, what are you talking about? And it was just very ridiculous to me. Because, like, no movie is ever going to be perfect. Every movie will have problems, like, and no movie is beyond reproach. That's one of the things that I tell people. I'm like, you can have something that you adore with all your heart that still has issues, and you should be able to, like, have a civil discussion with people in both directions. Again, like, whether you're, like, hating on something or, like, praising it, and somebody, if you're having a debate, you should always be able to be respectful. And again, you don't have to tolerate somebody talking shit, but, like, I don't know how to phrase it. Like, if you can't have a... If you know you cannot have a discussion with something without, like, getting really upset and getting into, like, a full-blown, like, actual fight over it, then, like, either know that about yourself and prepare for that, or, you know, kind of do some, like, self-reflection and figure out how to get to the point that you can have a respectful discussion before you start engaging in, like, stuff like that. And again, I'm not gonna police people's opinions. If they want to just, like, get into, like, knock down, drag out fights, be my guest. But, like, I think that if you are going to be engaging in fandom discussions and debates, you should be able to at least respect the other person as a person that has an opinion. And the other thing is, you always, okay, here's my biggest advice for people who are either new to fandom or new to, like, directly interacting with fandoms in, like, a collaborative way. Please, for the love of God, learn to when to walk away. Learn when you cannot, like, reach a person and just say, hey, look, we clearly are not going to agree on something. This is going to get nowhere. There is no point in, you know, doing this. And I'm not saying that you can't, like, stand up for yourself when somebody's clearly being obstinate and obtuse, but, like, if it gets to the point where, like, it's really... I've already said this today once, but, like, if it's, like, genuinely affecting your mental health, you gotta be able to walk away, okay? And it's the same way as, like, real fights. You have to learn how what's the phrase? How to pick your battles. Same concept. And the other thing is, like, one of the things that I always tell people is... if you know that you like a fandom, but you really struggle with one, like, aspect of it, either don't follow those people, but surround yourself with the people in fandom that you, like, don't go out of your way to upset yourself. Especially if, like, because here's the thing for me. I'm once again going to use, the Helliverse as an example. I enjoy critiquing it, but I know I will reach a point where it just starts to upset me so much that I'm like, I can't watch this anymore, because it's not fun to, you know, rag on it anymore, because it's just, like, starting to get to the point that it's actually making me mad. Because, like, at the end of the day, there are very few things in the Helliverse that actually upset me. And if it's something that legitimately upsets me, I genuinely will just be like, I'm not fucking talking about this. Like, there's a lot of, like, minutia and nuance that I'm just like, no, it upsets me too much. But for me, it's fun to critique what I think the show could have been, right? Like, one of the things that I am to this day adamant about is, that I personally feel like once they decided that they wanted to actually make Stolitz, like, endgame and, like, be like, oh, they're gonna be together because they're so in love, and it's totally not creepy. Because again, toxic ships are fine. I literally specialize in writing toxic relationships. But when you try to take it and then make it something it's not, that's when it starts to get like, But, like, you can do it, you just have to work for it. And unfortunately, I feel like they are not wanting to put in the effort that it takes to actually make it something it's not, right? But one of the biggest victims in all of this was their original plan for Stella was very clear that, like, yeah, she would be the ex-wife and whatever, but it was clear that she was more than just a two-dimensional, hateful bitch. And one of the things that I, to this day, want is I want to see Stella and Blitz get into a discussion. Because, one, I think they would actually be really good friends. But I think that they've so genuinely sacrificed any actual, like, she's become nothing more than a 2D cutout of herself. Because if you actually get into the nitty-gritty of why it really frustrates me, so a lot of people are like, oh, but Stella's is suffering in the whatever, and I'm like, you know who else is suffering? The woman who also didn't want anything in the marriage because she was a child when they got betrothed to each other, and had to have a baby with this guy, who she clearly didn't like. Is she a bitch about it? Sure. But, like, you cannot pretend that she wasn't also clearly suffering because of this arrangement. And that's something that's really infuriating to me, because... And again, they can write whatever they want to write, but it's just sad because I feel like a lot of the actual interesting conversations that could be had here are kind of being foregone, and everyone's, for such a short series, it feels like everyone's already become a Flanderization of themselves. Flanderization, for those who don't know. Flanderization's a term that comes from, you probably guessed it, The Simpsons, and it's because of the character Ned Flanders. So, when Ned Flanders was introduced, was he, like, the good Christian boy next door? Yes. But, like, he actually had a lot of nuance to him and, like, character, and it wasn't literally just, like, Heidi-ho, neighbor, have you heard the word of God? He had a lot of nuance and depth, and then, over time, he just became the stick-in-the-mud, overly friendly Christian boy next door. You feel me? And it's just frustrating to watch it happen in such a short time span for the Helliverse, you know? But, I don't know, man. It is what it is. And it's just a little frustrating, you feel me? But, anyway. And again, like, one of the other things that I'm very passionate about when I talk about stuff like this, I will always go, especially on Tumblr, out of my way to make sure that it's very clear that I'm about to speak negatively, and what tags I use to avoid it. So one of the things I do, so two things you can do on Tumblr. One, use the tagging system, no matter what you're about to do. But if you're going to be using it for, like, something where it's like, say this, where I'm talking negatively about the writing in the Helliverse, I will never directly tag Has-Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss, because that's the fandom tags, and that's for people who are enjoying their shit. I'm not going to go into their sandbox and take a dump in it. So what I'll do instead is I'll use critical tags. So I'll use, like, the two big ones I use is, for all of it, I'll use Bibsy Pop Critical, and the other one I'll use Stolitz Critical. And then I will use that, and the other thing I do, something you can do on Tumblr, it's called putting something behind a read more, or, like, a lot of people call it a cut, because you basically are, what it basically does is it puts a little link that says read more, and then once you type underneath that, anything underneath that, they will have to click through that little read more link to go to your blog to read the rest of it. So I will say, hey, this is what's under the read more. You have been warned. Dead dove do not eat. It's same thing as that tag on AO3. You know, it is exactly what it says on the tin. And sometimes I will give some nuance to it. Like, let's say I'm either really mean in it or I'm actually being relatively positive. I'll say I actually did enjoy XYZ. Um, but I'm still like criticizing, so I know that a lot of people don't like to see that. And so I will intentionally go out of my way to make sure that people who enjoy the product don't have to see what I'm saying. You feel me? Because I know how much it sucks to be in a fandom that like gets a lot of hate. You know, I have been through many storied halls. I've been through Steven Universe and Homestuck. I've obviously was into the Dream SMP when it was active. And I am not one of those people that there's generally no fandom I truly regret. Whether or not I regret how I behaved in it, that's a different story. But like, usually the only ones I regret aren't personally because of the fandom itself. It's either who I was at that time in my life, or like if it's I don't really have that many that this was the case by, but if it's something that was ruined by a friend, like while I still partake in D&D and like D&D content, I cannot bring myself to play anymore, and it was ruined by a personal friend of mine, and it devastates me every day because I still love D&D with all my heart, but every time I've tried to play, I just can't bring myself to shake the like fear I get while doing it, you know? And again, you should always be able to eventually work yourself to a point, but this is one of those things where, like, it so genuinely hurts my soul that I know that I need to do more self-actualization before I really take another shot. But, like, it's also one of the reasons where unless it's something that is a deep, genuine personal hurt for me, or deeply, genuinely, personally hurt other people in terms of, like, the actual piece itself, I've only really ever taken down, like, one or two art pieces because of something that happened, and I can tell you the one that was most recent because it was really bad. So, obviously, I was a big Rooster Teeth guy. Started with RVB, got really into Achievement Hunter and stuff, and obviously Rooster Teeth is not exactly a saint of a company, so, or was, obviously they're gone now, but, back when I was really into Achievement Hunter, unfortunately my very favorite cast member was Ryan, and anyone who knows what happened with Ryan knows why that's a problem, and I had done a piece based on his GTA character. And so I always tell people, always presume that any content creator you're watching, like, obviously don't be like, I bet you're gonna be horrible one day. Like, because that's also kind of not the greatest thing in the world. Like, obviously you could be suspicious of somebody without, like, being like, oh, they're totally gonna, whatever. Because that's just rooting for somebody to fail, and that's a different thing entirely. But everyone has the capacity to be a terrible person. No one is a saint, okay? The creator that had me get that mindset, the last creator I ever truly, deeply, I don't want to say trusted, but that I allowed myself to be completely blindsided by because I was just, like, seeing the surface of him as a person, was Ryan. And that pain was so bad that I have now been like, no one is above being a bad person, because we never know what's going on behind the scenes, right? And so I think it's, for me personally, it's a way to prevent myself from being so badly hurt again. Because again, when it happened with Ryan, like I said, that one was the last one that I allowed myself to fully, truly, deeply, quote-unquote, trust. the persona they put online. And that is why I'm basically like, everyone has the capacity for good and evil. Because one, everyone does. Like, whenever people are like, oh, they could never, I'm like, you never know fully what's going on in someone's head. Like, no one is above, for whatever reason, either being a terrible person, but also the other thing to remember, and, okay, let me put a big caveat on this, okay? Listen to me when I say this. I am not making excuses for terrible people when I say this. I am not saying that you have to forgive terrible people. I am not saying that people who do things that are, like, illegal. I'm not talking about them when I say this, okay? Alright? Got it? Cool, we're gonna be normal about this. Everyone should be allowed to grow to become a better person, especially if they're young. That's one of those things that my heart breaks for on the internet nowadays, is no one is allowed to learn and grow from who they were when they were younger anymore, without it just turning into the end of the world. Like, when I was, like, the age that a lot of these younger because, like, the other thing that's interesting to me is how young a lot of content creation has gotten in terms of the age of the creators. I'm just gonna use Tommy as an example because he's the first one that came to mind, but, like, the dude is a teenager. Like, the shit that I was saying when I was his age, like, I look back in horror now. Especially because, like, at the time, I was just parroting a lot of the stuff that my very, very Christian mother was saying, you know? But, like, I feel like we have lost the ability to understand that people can have grace. We have... Or not grace. Like, again, I'm not saying that you have to, like, if somebody's being a dick, that you have to, like, forgive them then. But if somebody was a dick in their past and they've clearly grown and whatever as a person, like, you have to be able to understand. I'm gonna use Phil for an example. There was footage that surfaced a couple years ago, because Phil's been making content for so long, of Phil using the R word. But one of the things that you need to use Phil as an example for, and why I'm picking him for this, one, he has apologized for it. Two, one of the things that he talked about, and it's true, even though it wasn't right, it was the norm at the time, right? And the other, here's the big kicker, ever since he learned that, he has not used it since and has clearly grown past that belief system. Again, as far as, again, you can never tell who someone is behind the camera, okay? Once again, keep that in mind. But, he's clearly learned and grown past that mistake. That's what I mean about granting people grace. Because, like, with some people, people will pull out these old, like, receipts and stuff, and it is relevant because it's like, oh, that shows the pattern of how we got to who they are here, and they're clearly still the same person in terms of their behavioral patterns. That's when it's kind of relevant to bring stuff up like that. But, like, people are allowed to grow past being terrible people, because otherwise everybody would be a terrible person. No one pops out of the womb being fucking Jesus Christ, you know? Like, people have to learn and grow as people, and that's something that I don't envy a lot of the younger, like, people on the internet. There are two things that I will never envy the youth for, like Gen Z and Gen Alpha and whatever the next one's gonna be, because I'm pretty sure we're getting ready to move on to the next one. One of them is, like, not having my presence constantly, like, online and able to be, I don't know if judged is the word I'm looking for, but it's the only word that's coming to mind. But not feeling like I'm constantly having to keep up an appearance because social media is so inescapable in this day's market, when it was kind of more of an option in the past, right? Like, obviously, I've been on the internet since I was very young, but it was not like it is now. But also something that I vividly remember, this struck me so much. So Bernie from Rooster Teeth was on the Rooster Teeth podcast one day, and this was very shortly after he had his kid. I don't know if they have any others. I don't really care to figure it out. But he said, "I will never know what it's like to grow up without a number next to my name," referencing follower count. By the way, that's another thing that's great about Tumblr. Follower count is private. It is not something that is automatically shown. So, like, yes, there are people who are quote unquote Tumblr famous or whatever, but like, you don't see the number. So it's much less about like, oh, I have this many followers. Like, they can tell you how many they have. They know how many they have. But it's a much less like intimidating kind of thing, in my opinion. You feel me? But yeah, that statement of "I will never know what it's like to grow up without a number next to my name" just like hit me right in the fucking gut. Or they will never know what it's like, and I will never know what it's like from their perspective. Because obviously, like, by the time that like follower counts and like becoming a quote unquote content creator became an actual thing, like, I have kind of not been in a no, actually, yeah, I was probably an adult before it became like a big fucking deal. You feel me? But it's just, you know, I mean, it's the same thing as like, I will never know what it's like to grow up in a world where you automatically have Google and smartphones, like, because I'm older than Google, you know, and it just, I will never know what it's like to grow up with that automatically at hand and not having to go to like the library to research stuff. Or amongst other things, there's other ways you can do it, but the library was one of the best ones. And the library still is really good because now they also have computers you can use. I can actually remember a couple of times when I got in trouble back when I was like really heavily involved in forum RPing. And getting banned from using the home computer, so I would be like, you can't ban me from it using it at the library, because, technically I'm doing something in a constructive manner. But yes, I can, which is crazy to me now, being like, I can't believe I was, like, role-playing on a public computer in a public library. That's insane. And obviously not anything bad, it's just, like, stupid, like, Danny Phantom role-playing or some shit. But yeah, I can vividly remember doing that. Alrighty, lovely. And yeah, we're almost done with the stream. I just need to, you know, get this. I'm probably gonna take the stuff back to the ship. Or not the ship, the whatever, after we do this last pass. And then maybe, if we have a little bit of time, I'll check out the furniture store just to see. But yeah, I just needed a break from, because I wasn't inherently intending to do this, I just didn't realize that the guy was going to be coming to work on the door today, so, like, you know. But, it's still fine. I definitely needed a break from the bounty hunting stuff. Okay, lovely, beautiful. Okay, very, very good. But yeah, I didn't intend to do this all day. It just kind of happened. Especially because I didn't realize how close we were to officially... Also, that's crazy because, if you remember, the tree farm had run out of space, and that's why we decided to collapse it. So we literally only had this little mountain between us and where the tree farm was originally. So we had already almost covered this planet in trees. And I don't know if we ever will officially TM, but just kind of interesting, you know? Oh wait, no, that doesn't have a door. I probably should put a door in place there. Matter of fact, I'm going to. Hang on. Okay, let's see. Beep, 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 beep. Shift 1, 2. I believe that's how tall the door is. Hope it is. I'm actually not sure now. Nope, it's one more. That sucks. Because that's gonna do that, but hey, I want a door here, so... Okay. We could always put this just on the other side of this. There, we can do that. I know it's uneven, I don't care. Alright, lovely. And I know that that's just open. Well, actually, let me do it like that. I think that's better, honestly. Just having it be open. Okay, let's also take that out. Okay, yes, yes. Beep. At least I think that one's... Yeah, that's that long. Okay. Okay, good. Here. Better. Okay, cool. I feel better about that. Alright, let's go put away these, and then maybe we'll check out the furniture store. Why did you do that? I mean, I know why it did that, but, like, it's still annoying. Okay, cool. All this crap away. Because we might as well. Okay, alright. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna go straight to the furniture store from our teleporter. Alrighty. To the teleshop. Thank you. I just want to see what he has. Because if he has a set that I haven't seen before, or not seen, that I don't have, I want it. Alright, lovely. Oops, sorry, I'm kind of messing with things. Nope, I already got that. Okay. Alright, up to the ship with us, and then let's see if anyone's alive. I don't know if they are, but we'll figure it out. Okay? Alright. Stretch. Oh, God. Okay, let me see, let me look. Anyone live? Not right now. I'm gonna go ahead and have you guys scatter, but I will see you guys again tomorrow, where we will almost certainly get back to the who's a what's it's. And then I think we will do another stream where we just fully take down the rest of that mountain. Because we're so close, we might as well complete this planet, because it's been a project for God knows how many years now. But until then, I will see you guys later. Bye!